Hello and welcome to day 2 of our Online Essential Oil Masterclass. I hope you got lots out of yesterday's little class. And today we're going to move on and we're looking at 2 more oils. So we'll be exploring 2 of our blends. So the first one will be On Guard and the second one is Easy Air. Now both of these are blends and both of these are very prominent in my winter wellness kit to help with the well-being of myself and the kids during those cold winter months and for maintaining our healthy immune system. We will also look today at how to use the oil safely and effectively as well. So without further ado, we'll kick off and we'll have a look at On Guard. Now On Guard is one of our blends. I'll just read to you what's in it. It's got wild orange, clove, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus and rosemary. Now if you take the lid off your little sample and just close your eyes down and take a smell, probably the first thing you'll notice is the significant amount of clove. So On Guard is the protective blend and I like to think of it as the immunity protecting blend for our family. So with those combination of oils, it's really great for protecting the health of your immune system. Pardon me. So what I do with On Guard is I use it on myself or on the kids at the first sight of them coming down with something. I'll get some fractionated coconut oil, a squirt of that and a drop of the On Guard, rub it in, and I'll either rub it onto my chest for me, or for the kids I usually put it on their back, particularly their lower back and spine, and also on their feet, just for a couple of reasons. So with the kids, we don't want them touching the oil and getting it into their eyes, so that's why I use the back of the feet for them. And the second reason being, sometimes the smell can be a bit overwhelming for them, so that's another reason why I would apply it to their back or to their feet and just pop a pair of socks on so that they don't slip over on the floor. So On Guard forms the basis of a lot of cleaning products that doTERRA have as well. So they've got a foamy hand wash, there's a multi-purpose cleaner, which is really great for cleaning many different things. There's laundry detergent, there is toothpaste. What else is there? Oh, there's a few other things, but it'll come back to me. So On Guard gets used in that way on our body. I also like to diffuse it when someone's got a cough or there's germs around, so I'll put a couple of drops into the diffuser. Normally I'll put another oil in with it as well because I'm not a whole 100% in love with the smell of On Guard. I find it a bit overwhelming at times. So I might pop in some more orange or lemon or balance, which we'll go through in another couple of days' time. It's really a personal preference. So we diffuse it as well. And the other thing I love about On Guard is I actually make my own multi-purpose cleaning spray. So again, I get an aluminium spray bottle. They're only $2 at Kmart or your dollar store. So 2/3 full of water, 1/3 of vinegar, 8 to 10 drops of On Guard. But then I also pop in another oil like orange or lemon just to cut that smell because again, I'm not in love with On Guard. But what I do with that spray is I use it to clean my kitchen benches, we clean the bathroom, the shower, pretty much everywhere with the On Guard cleaner. And the great thing is that the kids can use it as well. It's safe, it's not going to harm them, they're not going to be breathing in toxic chemicals. It's actually quite pleasant to clean with because you don't get that toxic smell like you get from commercial cleaners. So that's how we use On Guard as well. I have had a lady put a drop of On Guard into a cup of warm water and say she thinks it's chai tea when she's drinking it that way. Pardon me. Not my cup of tea, but hey, maybe you like to try it. So that's On Guard and that's some of the ways that I use it. The other blend that I wouldn't be without in my home is Easy Air. Now it's a blend as well and it's the clear blend. So think of it as clearing anything in this kind of area. You want to take the lid off and just close your eyes and take a nice big deep breath. And it will probably remind you of some other products you've smelt in the past. However, this one is completely natural. There's no nasties, there's no harmful chemicals in here. So it's a blend of laurel, eucalyptus, peppermint, tea tree, lemon, cardamom, ravensara. So it's great for those times when you're feeling congested, when you're needing to open up the sinuses, the airways. So again, I use this one on myself and the kids if they've got any coughs kind of things coming on. So again, 1 drop of the oil, a squirt of fractionated coconut oil, rubbing it together, and I usually apply that onto the chest or onto the back to help open that up as well. With this one, I sometimes drop a couple of drops in the bottom of the shower in the morning if I wake up feeling congested. I drop them away from where the water's falling so that the steam will build up and it will diffuse the oil in there as well, and it really helps to clear the airway. This one is great in the diffuser of a nighttime to keep the nasal passage open. It's great in the bedroom if you've got a snorer in there. It can help reduce the symptoms of that as well. So though Easy Air and On Guard are 2 that I have in my winter wellness kit that I wouldn't be without. We use these quite regularly. I often use the On Guard. I'll just roll a little bit down the spine of the kids in the morning because they both come in these pre-diluted rollers, which make it really easy to use. So it's just a matter of taking off the lid, and then I just roll it, 1 roll down their spine in the morning just as a preventative, because at this time of year there's so much going around that it's worthy of just a little roll down their back just to prevent them from getting any nasties. And I must say that since we've been using the oils, our visits to the doctor have reduced dramatically. I don't think we've been to get antibiotics or anything in the last couple of years. We've had a broken arm, things like that, but not you know, for scripts and things like that, whereas previously we would have been there multiple times a year. So having the oils on hand and being able to manage that within ourselves, pardon me, has been a real godsend as well. So it's cut down the costs of our medical bills. So the other thing I was going to look at with you today was, well, how do we use the oils? And I've shared with you a few different ways along the way, which you may have already noticed. So if you've got your Nature Solutions handout there, you'll see down the bottom here, it shows the 3 different ways. So the first way is aromatic. So remember yesterday when we did the peppermint oil and we rubbed our hands together and inhaled? That's one way of using it aromatically. You can just simply take the lid off a bottle, close your eyes down, and inhale it that way. Because what happens is with our sense of smell, it goes back into the limbic system and sends messages to the brain and opens up the pathways that way. You can also use a diffuser. Now, doTERRA have got a couple of different diffusers which I haven't grabbed with me today, but what I'll do is I'll pop a photo into the comments for you. And what I do with the diffuser is in there no more than 5 to 7 drops in total of the oil. Fill it up with water to the red line and then pop that on. So the pedal diffuser has 3 different settings. It's got a 4-hour, a 2-hour and a 1-hour. It's also got a night light on it as well. And then the Lumo diffuser has got a 2, a 5 and a 10-hour intermittent timer on it, as well as a few different coloured lights as well. So I use the diffuser quite regularly. I've got them pretty much in every room in the house now. So I've got one in the kitchen. So of a morning, I'll pop something in there that's quite uplifting to get everybody in the mood to start the day. Everyone's got a diffuser in their bedroom. So about half an hour before bedtime, I'll go in and do the diffusers, usually some lavender peace, vetiver, cedarwood, maybe some Easy Air if someone's got some congestion, or On Guard if there's something germy, but no more than total 7 drops in all if I'm doing up a blend. So with the diffusers, they don't actually heat the oils, it just creates a mist which disperses into the air. We inhale that and therefore we gain the benefits of the oil, the same way as if we were to apply it topically, which is the second way that we can use the oil. So just bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to grab the coconut oil. when we're applying topically, we always want to use a carrier oil because for a few different reasons. The number one, it's safe. It's safer to dilute the oil in case of any skin reactions and things like that. Number two, if we're just applying the oil neat onto our skin, it will evaporate before we actually can fully reap the benefits of it. And number three, it helps your oils go further if we're actually diluting it. So with the fractionated coconut oil, it's had the medium fatty chains taken out of it, so it will always stay in the liquid state. Now you've got a little roller in your sample pack of fractionated coconut oil. As you can see, that just poured out. It's a winter's day here and it's still liquid. The other great thing about the oil is that it doesn't smell. There's no odor. You know how normally when you open coconut oil, there's that real ranky coconutty smell? This doesn't smell. And then the third thing which I love is that it's really easily absorbed into the skin. So it doesn't sit on your skin like a lot of other coconut oils can and get that real heavy, rank kind of smell. It just soaks straight in. So, pardon me, for that reason, you wouldn't give somebody a massage using the fractionated coconut oil. You'd use a heavier oil like you have an almond oil or a yoga oil, whatever. But basically with the fractionated coconut oil, it's replaced my moisturizer. So I use this now. What I do each day is have a shower in the morning. I've got a little dish that once I get out of the shower, I do a squirt of coconut oil. I intuitively pick what oil I need on myself for the day and make up a little aromatic dressing and put that on. So it's a beautiful way of self-care as well. The oils can facilitate that quite easily without having to spend a lot of money going and getting a massage or something fancy, which is something that I love. So when we are using topically, what we need to remember is if we're doing a roller for an adult, 5 to 7 drops in 10 mils in a 10 ml roller. So 5 to 7 drops of the oil, top it with your fractionated coconut oil, off you go. Children, 3 to 5 drops in total, and then topped with fractionated coconut oil. And with babies, they only need 1 drop and the rest fractionated coconut oil. So dilution and safety is really important. And like I mentioned yesterday, if you ever get any of the neat oil on your skin and it starts to irritate you, just get your fractionated coconut oil and rub it over the top rather than water, because water will irritate it even further. The coconut oil will help to dilute it and disperse it into your skin without it irritating it any further. Excuse me. And then the third way is as a food additive. So as we talked about yesterday with the lemon oil, you can add a drop into a glass of water. I quite often like to add a drop into my water bottle at work. I've got a glass water bottle that I take, so a drop into there and then off I go for the day. Just be mindful though, if you are using a water bottle, use an aluminium one or a glass one. Plastic can leach the chemicals out of the bottle with the intensity of the oil. So just glass and aluminium. You can use the oils to flavour your cooking. So I often use them in bliss balls. I've used them in a stir fry. So I've cooked the stir fry and then added in a drop of lemongrass at the end, or basil or rosemary. We now have turmeric oil as well, ginger oil. So we have a whole range of oils that can be used for flavouring of food. The important thing to remember with that is to add it at the end of the cooking rather than during the process, because it will cook off the smell and the flavour as well. That's just important at the end. And with the potency of the oil, so use stronger oils like your oregano and things like that, just use a toothpick into the top of the oil and stir that into your dish, because 1 drop of oregano oil is quite powerful and you may ruin your dish if you put too much in at once. So, pardon me, less is more with that. So there we have it. Day 2, we looked at Easy Air, we looked at On Guard, and we looked at how to use the oil safely. So I'd love for you to pop into the comments box what you got out of today's class. If you've got any questions, pop them in there and I'll jump back in and answer them throughout the day. And I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 3. Take care and I'll see you then.